So guys, I got like 9 pairs of sneakers in today, and I was gonna be doing my typical got 'em early, but no, we're switching it up. We got stuff from Nike, Jordan, Saucony, PUMA. And the funny thing is, when it comes to actually storytelling, designs, and real soul that comes out of these sneakers nowadays, it's not even Nike who's winning it, it's people like PUMA and Saucony. That right there tells you a lot about what's going on in sneaker culture. Don't get me wrong, guys, Nike is still killing the game right now, obviously, when it comes to the releases, especially coming out of Jordan Brand as well. And Jordan Brand is probably having one of the best years of releases this year that we've seen in the past decade. That doesn't necessarily always mean that the numbers, though, line up the same. See, one thing that Nike and Jordan Brand are really relying heavily on is nostalgia and resale hype, not as much as the storytelling and the cultural impact that it once had. And that's where we see a lot of these smaller brands actually step up and start to take things a little bit more serious. And that brings in the Saucony J-Tips Flowers Grow Uptown. So I initially saw these because J-Tips actually dropped them exclusively on his website, but they're actually dropping globally on October 10th for $180. And these 3 colorways here all have different flower meanings behind them. The first one we have the Virginia Creeper. Second up is the Perilla. And then last but not least is the Sugar Maple. See, people like J-Tips, Joe Fresh, they're continuing to bring the collaboration efforts forth and also storytelling to go along with it. This one being the 6th collaboration with J-Tips and probably one of his most emotionally charged and visual collabs we've seen yet. Flowers Grow Upon itself speaks volume of what this actual shoe is about. It's not all about the design itself, but the story itself about growth, roots, and blooming in unexpected places. The Uptown pack is actually a tribute to the Bronx itself, and each one of the actual colorways that we talk about are actual flowers themselves that help with the storytelling alongside with it. We got the Sugar Maple to start things off, symbolizing the warmth, change, and the vibrance of fall, much like the leaves of a sugar maple tree itself. Glossy overlays with a warm mesh base, contrast hits of loud but mature, perfect for fall time fits. We got the Perilla. These feature a soft purple and lilacs in iridescent undertones, and the inspiration is the Perilla plant, known for its resilience and healing properties, tying into Jay's ongoing theme of self-growth. These feature that shiny metallic overlays, and it plays off of a really different type of mesh base and mesh texture throughout the whole entire shoe. Now, this is a ProGrid, but they swapped the ProGrid out for what has the Uptown on the side panel on the back of the heel. And last but not least, which is probably my favorite, the Virginia Creeper. Deep greens mixed with that earthy browns and subtle hits of cream. And the inspiration behind the Virginia Creeper is that they're known to thrive on any surface, symbolizing tenacity and adaptability. Salute to Bull. And all these pairs are actually built on the Saucony ProGrid Triumph 4, a performance runner from the 2000s reborn with a little bit of that J-Tips touch. In breaking all that down, it definitely tells a lot of the story and the impact of basically J-Tips' growth as a creator and it being what his 6th collaboration now. There's actually a story that goes along with it from the beginning till now. Not just something thrown together and pushed out there with a name alongside with it. Each story has meaning. And I think that's something that we see Nike and Jordan Brand a little bit lack. Yeah, there's family affair, Jordan 3 is about to come out, but who made that story up? Some random person in the design room or actually Jordan himself? I don't think Jordan really cares that much. He's just collecting a check. It's being honest. Maybe some of the older releases, that's why the OGs matter. But right now, I just don't think that's the case. But be on the lookout. Those are dropping October 10th. And I think that they're going to do fairly well for the most part. So salutes to PUMA, guys. They just sent this in, man. And I had to get these out ASAP, Rocky, because I love what PUMA is doing. But specifically Melo, man. Melo, in my opinion, probably has close to AE the best signature basketball shoe out right now. But back to back to back. I mean, this is the number 5 at this point. And he is still killing it. And this one is called the Voltage. The Volt, this is the LaMelo MB.05. And this is probably the loudest statement yet coming out of LaMelo Ball and the camp of over at PUMA, who are just killing it. Now, these release on October 10th as well. And the retail price point for these will be $125. And, you know, if it's one thing or another, nicknamed the Highlighter, I think that this shoe itself resembles that perfectly if you ask me, for obvious reasons. Melo continues to push his signature line just further, more and more, and the designs itself, the shape, the overall look has continued to be a phenomenal shoe overall. And the fact that we're in the Halloween season right now, this ties in perfectly with those vibes overall. Now, Puma is actually calling this the neon highlighter on your feet. And I think, once again, as I stated before, you can obviously see why. The shoe isn't subtle. It's about standing out every time you hit the court, whether you're a pro or hooping at your local rec gym, but also casually wearing it, more than likely how I will be doing it. The Melos in general, in my opinion, have always been more like a futuristic type shoe that has brought forth futuristic vibes, but also bringing in, I guess, some of the more trendy type of overall shape. This one is, I would say, even taking things a step forward. Definitely for the fact that they actually put wing straps on the shoe as well. Now, these are like a rubberized TPU type of feel, and definitely going to lock you in overall. I love the overall colorway, though it's extremely bright, but I'm already light-skinned, so I'll be all right. I'll be here for it. They continue on with the "Not From Here" featured on there, and "One of One" featured on both sides of the shoe. A logo or slogan that we've seen for a very long time with all of the Melo shoes. Melo also being branded on the outsole, and number 1 on the outsole as well. They did something real different here with a sculpted midsole, which is something we haven't seen. They kind of made that a big portion of the midsole itself that's wrapped around the midfoot all the way to the other side of the shoe as well, and then encapsulated that with the rubber outsole. But some of that, obviously, you could see is actually exposed, and I'm pretty sure this is going to give you some very solid cushioning on the court, but also it just looks dope. This traction pattern, of course, was built for Melo. He's a very fast basketball player, a lot of different moves and grooves and crossovers on the court. So obviously, even though there's a lot of just jambalaya going on, I think this shoe itself, the outsole, pretty phenomenal. Now, why did I bring Melo into the mix? Because Melo has created also a very big storytelling drive when it comes to his sneakers. From Rick and Morty to Dexter's Laboratory to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the collaborations that go alongside with this are things that are also connected with Melo himself. They're not just randomized colorways. Now, when it does come to Nike and collaboration, I would say people like Nike with the Book One is doing a phenomenal job. I think they tie in a lot of things with storytelling through some of their athletes like Devin Booker, but that's pretty much it. But for Puma, they continue to push the boundaries moving forward and forward, especially with a great basketball player like Melo himself, and continue to tell a storyline of the things that he likes and the things that resonate with him. And this being something like of a standout type of sneaker, I can see that, doing the same thing as well. The MB.05, in my opinion, though, is definitely a sneaker that, I'm happy to get my hands on. I've had the 3s, the 1s. I've had a good collection of them over the past couple of years now, and they continue to do great when they do the iterations moving forward and forward. And the 5, it's definitely up there as probably one of the best yet, in my humble opinion. So I'm not mad with it. The box itself, also extremely dope. See-through, they continued on with that. Well, I would say more of a transparent. They've continued that on as well. And these will be dropping on October 10th. So keep your eyes and ears peeled on it and let me know. At the end of the day, creativity can't live without comfort. So I understand that the shoes are always the base, but I feel like Nike needs to continue to find ways to draw new inspiration and connect with the newer audience and the younger audience as well. And one way to do that is collaborating with the right people. We've seen that before with people like Kai Cenat, but we never really seen anything come out of it. No actual collaboration itself. And when it comes to Nike and Jordan Brand, they seem to tie things really, really tight and make things so, almost disclosed, unknown, or it just has to be some sort of just speakeasy when it comes to the collaborations of who they work with. And even then, the collaborations that they work with just seem like big, humongous type of organizations or brands or even people that I think sometimes you got to reach down and, get with the actual community itself, and maybe people with a smaller audience but have a big cultural impact to actually show that you're a part of the culture and everything moving forward. Now, don't get me wrong, the Melos, I get it. I still think, though, that the storytelling and this is a very big important thing, and that Puma's doing that with Melo. Now, with someone like J-Tips, who is, for the most part, he's well known, but he's not on the level of a big-time athlete or some humongous brand that's in collaboration with Nike, or even Alma Manier at this point. Alma Manier definitely is good, don't get me wrong, but it's more personalized when you work with someone like a J-Tips or a Joe Fresh. And I would even say like a Ronnie Fogg, but Ronnie Fogg now is just He is the top dog of collaborators at this point. Fragment, all that. I think we need to get back to the basis, and I think these brands need to find more people in tune with the cultural impact in sneakers, music, fashion, and not just who they can collaborate with to make a hype moment. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.